guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Priti. I'm a photographer based out of Manchester here in the UK, and I shoot primarily live music, portrait sessions and commercial work. So I've shot a lot for publications, things like that, and I do have a background in travel and also weddings too, so I know a little bit about sort of all the industries, if you like, within photography, or a lot of them at least. So today's video is going to be about how to shoot on your iPhone as a pro. So I'm a believer of, the best phone that you've got, not best phone, best photo or the best camera that you've got, we'll get there. The best camera that you've got is the one that's with you. And certainly since having a baby, I've been using my iPhone so much more because let's face it, we are taking a lot more photos. Have I got them printed yet? No. Do I plan to? Of course, it's on my list of things to do. So really wanted to share this video because I think it's a good one to cover in terms of getting the most out of the existing camera or phone that you've got to get the photos that you want. So before baby came along, I was taking pictures of the dog. Now it's a lot more the baby and not so many of the dog, but it's a fine balance between them two. So I've got 5 things that's going to help you to take better photos on your phone. I'm going to loop in the images in this corner as well, so you can kind of take a look at some of the photos that I recently took on my phone, sort of just on a daily basis, because once you've got a baby, you're taking even more photos. It's crazy people. So I have got my notes here as well. So the first thing would be lighting. Now, when you're taking a photo on your phone, doesn't matter which phone or what camera, you want to be thinking about the lighting and how you can best work with the natural light that you've got, because let's face it, we ain't got time to be setting up lighting and X, Y and Z 10 times a day. So I'm going to show you an example right now. Now the lighting that I've got at the minute isn't that great for this video because I've got light seeping in through here. So ideally I want to be this way, so I've got light coming onto my face and basically brightening it up. So whenever you're taking a picture on your phone, doesn't matter if it's a picture of your dog, picture of your baby, picture of a ring, a subject, whatever it is, you want to make sure that the natural light is bouncing on it as opposed to behind it, because if it's behind it, it will silhouette, which you don't, unless you're looking for that sort of look and feel, you don't really want that. To get the brighter sort of clean images, you want the light to be bouncing on your subject. So that's your first thing. Think about the lighting. Always position it towards a window where possible, whatever window you've got available. So, if you're at home, this is a perfect example. If you're out and about, you could be working in natural light. If you're, in an office, then again, the natural light. The second thing is composition. Always think about the composition of your photos that you're taking on your phone. So if you're taking a picture of your dog like I have done with Milo on this one, I'm taking a picture of his face and we've got the ice in the background there because we took him on a walk, and I wanted him to be a little bit of a focal point, so I'm focusing on him, on his face, as opposed to his tail, for example. Sounds really silly, but really think about what you're taking the photo for. If you're taking a picture of a wedding ring on your phone, you might want to highlight the actual stone, so you're focusing on the stone over the back end of the band of the ring, for example. If you're taking a picture of a baby, it's going to be the baby's face or body, or the whole body, and the background might be blurred out a little bit, so you'd focus on the actual baby, like you can see in this picture here. So have a think about the composition and what it is you're trying to photograph exactly. In the case that you're trying to take a photo of something landscape, that's totally fine, but still, if there's a building, for example, that you really love the look of and that's what you want to highlight in the picture, then you want that to be your main focal point. So again, I've looped in some pictures of Lisbon, where you'll kind of hopefully get an idea of what I mean. Because when we went to Lisbon, I just used my iPhone. It was my first trip with baby by myself, and I didn't take a camera with me because I was so anxious about the whole solo trip thing with babe, but it went well, and we've got plenty of pictures on phone that we can, you know, use and look back on and print off as well. Third one would be to have props. So what I mean by props is, if you're taking a picture of say a model, for example, and you are taking it on your phone, think about what props you can use to bring that photo alive. So it's more about the photo as opposed to what you're taking the picture with. Think about fairy lights if you're thinking something, you know, a bit like autumnal, wintry, or things like baubles if it's coming up towards Christmas. Think about what you can add into the picture to really bring it alive, because, you know, the photo's great. Take it on your camera, take it on your phone, but it's all about what's in the photo too. Kind of links back to composition in a way, I guess, but, you know, have a think about the props that you can bring in to focus in on your picture, to bring it alive. The other thing is macro mode. So in the instance you are trying to photograph something close up, this could be a snowflake if it's snowing. It could be one of those images for Instagram of, you know, like, because it's coming up towards Christmas, that's what's on my mind. But the pictures of the baubles, for example, you could, you know, have that. The detail of that in macro mode on your phone or your camera, and think about, or if you take a picture of like something nature, like insect, if you're into that sort of wildlife photography, you could definitely use a macro mode to get more detail into that. And again, it all ties in with your composition and your light as well still. So still think about your subject, where it's placed, and how the light's hitting it, and, you know, the composition of the picture itself. Portrait mode is my final one. So if you're taking pictures of faces, portrait mode is bloody fantastic. Honestly, the amount of times that I've used portrait mode on my phone, especially with the baby, is crazy. And the dog as well, it works on the dog, which is brilliant. Those tools are built into your phone for a reason, so definitely maximize the uses out of them. You know, there's so much that you can do on your phone camera now, that why not? You might as well make the most of it. You know, the phones aren't cheap these days, especially if you've got like an iPhone or a Samsung, something like that. And the Huawei phone's really great. But it's just using the right tools to kind of get the best photos, you know, for you, depending on what the scenario is. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. So they are sort of like my 5 tips. So to wrap it up, it was lighting, composition, props, macro mode and portrait mode. I hope that's helped you. If you do have any questions, do let me know and I will get back to you as soon as in the comments down below. Come and say hi on the Facebook group if you would like to. It would be great to have you over there, and I'll be back soon with a new video. Bye for now.